Welcome to the Silence is Golden podcast, episode 3. I have Daniel Rodriguez with me. How's it going, man?
Hi, it's good. It's all good.
How you been doing? How was the Black Friday? Did you pick up some movies I seen?
Yeah, it's a lot. You saw it, right? The video?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it was amazing. Great deals.
Did you see anybody going crazy on Black Friday?
A lot, yeah. At Walmart. So, yeah.
Now, where did you go? Walmart, and did you go anywhere else?
Yeah, it's GameStop the next day.
Okay. So Walmart, did they do their whole buzzer thing, or did they just say go at it?
No, they had everyone in the store at 6. Everyone could just cash register.
Okay. See, I worked at Walmart for 3 years, and I did Black Friday for 3 years with them. And what they would do, we were 24-hour Walmart. They would let they'd bring the movies out, and they have the little boxes that shows they're real cheap and everything else. And when it was 6 o'clock, you hear a buzzer, and those motherfuckers just go crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they do that anymore. It's kind of dangerous in a way, because when they hit them buzzers, them people are ready to fucking run you over. It was on.
Yeah.
But I went out to Best Buy and Walmart, and they had some good deals on everything. Movies, games. It was pretty good. I don't know what the big craze was this year. I guess it was TVs like always.
Mm-hmm.
Like 4K TVs and stuff like that. But it was a good Black Friday. So you got a lot of good. Did you get anything you didn't see before, or is it all stuff you've seen?
No, all stuff I've seen. Just buying it because cheap, $10.
Yeah, you can't beat them deals. Well, basically, what we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to talk about Jessica Jones. That's the new Netflix series. When was it put on Netflix?
November 20th.
November 20th.
Yeah.
I have to say it's one of the better shows I've seen lately. I've seen a lot of good shows lately, but this is probably one of the best. The thing I like about Jessica Jones, she's a superhero, but she's not it's like my buddy said that lives near, one of my buddies that lives upstairs. He's been watching it. He's not deep into superheroes, but he says what he likes about it, and I agree, is they don't focus on her like, oh, she's a superhero. They just, she just does her thing. It's not like they make a big deal about her superpowers.
Right.
Now, I don't know how that's going to change over time. I don't know if they're going to start getting more into, like if she's going to wear a cape or something later on, or basically just wears her street clothes. I don't know the comic backstory of her. Have you ever heard of Jessica Jones before this?
No.
No?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about Jessica Jones, but what I've seen on Netflix. I noticed other heroes that they had in it was the Kilgrave, which is her enemy. I guess that's like her origins of how she started. And what's the other guy's name? Cage?
Luke Cage.
Say it again?
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage?
Luke Cage, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was the only superheroes that you got to see. And they referenced to another one, like the nurse that was helping Luke Cage. She said to Jessica, she's like, do you want me to call my buddy? You ain't the first one I've seen. They made references to the Hulk, because she's like, Jessica Jones says, oh, well, I'm not the green guy. Talked about the green guy, which obviously is probably the Hulk.
Right.
The green guy. What do you think of the series from the first episode? What do you think about the pilot? Did you think they did a good job in the first episode?
I thought the pilot was pretty good. I didn't think it was great. I had a high level of expectation. I thought it was going to be like Daredevil, better than Daredevil type of great. But the pilot itself was good, and it was different, but it was more of the weaker episodes than like episode 7 and up type of thing. Okay.
Yeah, see, Daredevil, I've only seen the first episode. And in my opinion, I thought they did a better job with Jessica Jones and how they started. I gotta still see Daredevil. I heard it's a great show. This show intrigued me to finish Daredevil because I guess they're going to do the Defenders.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting who else they put in there. There's like 2 other Netflix superheroes, and they're going to do Defenders. Now, what are they going to do? Are they going to do Defenders like right away, or are they going to wait till they show everybody first?
Yeah, show everybody first.
And are we going to see another season of Jessica Jones before the Defenders?
It's not confirmed, but most likely after the Defenders. So,
Oh, okay. So, after the Defenders.
mm,
Oh, okay. I want another season of Jessica Jones. Damn, that
yeah.
sucks. I mean, I don't know. I think, in your opinion, with the whole Avengers thing and the whole, there's going to be a Justice League. Do you like just when they focus on the regular superheroes as their own, like just focus on Batman and Superman in his own movie? I mean, I like the idea of the Justice League, but it just seems like now the Avengers, there's another Avengers, there's going to be another one. Like, I just like when they focus on the one superhero.
Yeah, me too. I like it where they have this one villain and one goal type of thing. So
I mean, I think it's cool. Like, there's a whole team of superheroes, but they don't give them enough time to focus on each one. It's not really
that's right.
like if you're a big fan of the Hulk, you may not see much of the Hulk. You see more of Thor, or whoever's more popular. I just I don't know. I wanted another season of Jessica Jones like right away, and then give me the Defenders. But so you say the show, in your opinion, gets better from the seventh. When it hits the seventh episode, then it starts getting good, or you felt it was slow?
No, it was slow throughout, but if I could say episode 6 and down, 1 through 6 was filler episodes, and 7 was more like Kilgrave and Jessica episodes.
Yeah, they hold off on Kilgrave for a while.
Mm.
They don't give you them right away because I was wanting to see what it was. I thought it was cool how they implemented him into the show, and then they showed how he just walked into an apartment, told the kid to go in the fucking closet. Kid's saying, "I gotta pee." He's like, "Go piss in there." Like, he don't care. Like, I will say this about, I didn't see all of Daredevil, but I will say this with Jessica Jones, this is the most darkest Marvel movie or TV show that I've seen.
Right.
I mean, they're just fucking making people just, he's like, yeah, she's chasing the one guy, and then he ends up putting a fucking head clippers in his mouth and falling on his head, and then he tells the one lady, he's like, oh yeah, go cut her 1,000 times. He's just fucking cutting her away, and then the other lady comes in and bashes her head in. Usually you don't see a lot of people die in superhero stuff. That's what I liked about this.
Right.
I thought it was cool. What do you think of all the characters? Who is your favorite out of other than Jessica Jones?
I would have to say Malcolm. For sure.
Okay. And Malcolm was the one dude that was her neighbor, right?
Neighbor, yeah.
Okay, Malcolm. Yeah, he basically was a normal dude that Kilgrave turned into a drug addict.
Mm-hmm.
And then he ended up. I like the little story that they had going on with the girl upstairs with her brother.
Oh yeah.
And I like how they did that. I like Malcolm. I liked everybody in the show. I even liked her friend. What was her friend's name? The reporter.
Trish.
Yeah. She was. You could tell real bad she wanted to become a superhero.
Right.
But she just, she's not a superhero. But she took that, that one pill that made her enhanced, basically a super amphetamine that made her. I guess they're gonna go more into that group of whoever makes those pills and the cop and all them. They're gonna go more into them probably next season. I would say those would be the bad people. I think next season.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say or no?
No, they definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. What do you think of the cop? What do you like him?
He got annoying a lot, because he didn't really look like he wasn't smart enough to be a cop. I felt like he was always listening to Trish and saying sorry all the time. So it was annoying.
They did a little twist on his whole story because I just thought he was a regular cop, and then all of a sudden he's this, special ops cop that's on this elite program, that don't want to be do you think he wanted to be in it or he didn't want to be in it? Because they were going and getting them. Do you think that was just the pills talking, or do you think he was really like that? What when he killed the cop, when he shot the cop, was they sending orders for him to go do that, or did he just do that?
I think he did that because when he was injured and he said he wanted back in during an episode, I think he was on it before, then got off, and then wants back in. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm.
Oh, there! I didn't know my camera wasn't on. I'm sitting here talking. I thought maybe I didn't even know it wasn't on. But yeah, basically, I thought the show was really good. I'm waiting for next season. I want to see what's going on. You know, I want to see where they go with this because if they have it, like I like Kilgrave. Let's talk about Kilgrave a little bit. What do you think of him as a villain?
I think he was fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely the darkest so far in the Marvel cinematic universe. Not universe, not cinematic, but in Marvel in general. Very dark.
Yeah, I thought that was a great villain to start off with,
Hmm.
and it makes me real interested, like who else they're going to use as a villain. Because if he's that dark and he's like the first one they show, I couldn't imagine what some of them will be like.
Right.
You know, and he has. I think his power was pretty cool. How he could control everybody. You know, so he could control Superman if he wanted to. Like I know it's DC and Marvel, but I'm just saying he can control somebody like that. So that would make him more powerful.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, he could control the Hulk. You know, he could do all kinds of shit. I liked his backstory. I liked the whole thing they did with him. What about Jessica Jones? Did you think they got a good actress, Kristen Ritter, to play her?
Yeah, she was like good. I think she was good. She's not great, but she definitely now is Jessica Jones. Obviously, I see her all the time. I'll see her as Jessica Jones, but at first I thought she was a little like stale at times in the episodes and her acting, but you got used to her by the end of the season.
Yeah, I thought she was good. She's from Breaking Bad. You
Mhm.
know, she's been in Seven Dust videos, like or one Seven Dust video. Been in Breaking Bad. I think she said she was in Enrique Iglesias video, so she's pretty new. Like she's not new, but she's now this is good. What's going to make her? Still, I think a lot of people are going to be reminded of her by the junkie girl on Breaking Bad. You
Yeah.
know, well, she did a good job in Breaking Bad, but I think that she's I thought they got a good person to play Jessica Jones because I can't really compare her to anything because I never knew of Jessica Jones, so I don't even know who I would like the comic books. I never saw it, so I can't. Even, I just think she's good because I really basically have nobody to compare her to, too. You know.
Right.
So you had to scale this show from 1 to 10. What would you the whole season?
Give it an 8.
An 8. Okay, I'm gonna go a little higher and give it a 9.
Ugh.
I thought they did. I thought I was intrigued the whole show. I wanted to watch it from front to back. Like I felt there was like 2 episodes maybe that I felt like were fillers, but they were still interesting.
Mhm.
That's one thing. Now, do you think the show would have done as good if it was on like a week to week basis? Like like do you think if they just showed one episode a week, do you think viewers would have stayed in and made it to the whole season or?
No, I think the whole 13 episodes released are better.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think that helps some shows because at least it gives people like if you see a shitty episode, at
Mhm.
least you can watch the next one, give it a chance. I think it's a lot of shows if people's attention. I was just talking about this with my buddy Poppy 2K and Kenoshi.
Mhm.
People's attention does not stay. Like people that view this podcast, we could be talking about something that they don't like for a second. We could be on a topic they love and then go to a topic they don't like, and they'll be gone. They're clicking to the next thing. It's very hard to keep people's attention, and
Mhm.
I think Netflix, like where you get to just binge watch the whole season, it actually is a little bit better than waiting week to week to week. I think only a few shows really pull that off well, and Walking Dead's one of them. They get away with that because they can, make people will wait, even if with a shitty episode, they'll wait the next week.
Right.
Basically, yeah, let's talk about The Walking Dead now. Jessica Jones, great show. I recommend it to anybody. Would you recommend it to anybody or?
Yeah, everybody who loves Marvel, or really, if you watched it and didn't know it was Marvel, which it's not even like Marvel at all. It's different from Daredevil. It's not technically a superhero show at all.
Well,
It's
that's what's good about it. It's like,
yeah.
and let me go in a little bit more about this too.
Mhm.
Superhero movies.
Mhm.
Not everybody likes superheroes. So I think with Jessica Jones, it's not so much of a suit. She is a superhero, but she's not a superhero at the same time. So I think, like, my buddy upstairs, he's not big on superheroes, so he loved the show. He's like, yeah, he's like, it's not even like they make a big deal about her powers. It's more like, I got more of it like a darker feel from that show, like a crime drama, like something like that, you know. Like
Right.
Killjoy was a serial killer. Kilgrave was like a serial killer, you know.
Right.
And I think that's what they need to do with more superhero stuff. They need to, like, superhero is very what's the word I'm looking for? Where it's always the same shit. Like, you got a good guy, you got a bad guy, he's gonna save the world all the time. It's the same story over and over and over. This was a little different, you know.
Right.
Still the same thing in a way, but they went about telling a different story, you know. I like that. But basically, I guess we're going to jump into The Walking Dead. What about, now, what was the name of last week's episode?
I don't remember.
I can't remember the title for it, but that's the episode we're going to cover last week. Sorry for not having the title, but what'd you think of it? What was the good and the bad with you with that?
It was the one with Glenn, right? Glenn?
Yeah, where they actually found
Right.
Glenn was alive. To me, that was it. That was the episode. Big deal. Glenn was alive. You know. Other than that, the episode sucked. Other than the end, that was it. The end part was the good part, and we found out Glenn was alive, which I wish Glenn was dead. I'm tired of Glenn.
Yeah, that was called Heads Up. That one.
Yeah, heads up. I guess because at the end, spoiler if you guys didn't see it, you know, I would think anybody would know if you're watching when you're talking about movies. Like, if I was going to do a review, I try to keep it less spoiler. But I mean, we're going into a discussion about shit. It's kind of hard. It's a podcast. But spoiler, if you didn't see The Walking Dead, spoiler, sorry, with the Jessica Jones. I wouldn't click on something that I, didn't see already. I wouldn't want to get ruined. So that's just my point. But yeah, basically, heads up. To me, I'll give you my lowdown of it. The first beginning part where we find out Glenn was alive, which I still think is kind of fucking stupid. And I said this in videos. I was like, most dumpsters you can't crawl under, but they're probably going to make them crawl under a dumpster, like, because most dumpsters are flat. They don't have wheels, a lot of them. And it's not even big enough for you to crawl under. Like, I couldn't crawl under a dumpster,
Right.
But he crawled under a dumpster and survived under it for a while. And then that girl, what's that girl's name?
Enid.
She saved him, well, not saved him, but was giving him water and all that stuff. And he was trying to get a hold of her. I thought that kind of got really real fast. Like, I was like, all right, who gives a fuck about this girl? I wish she just got eaten by a fucking zombie already, just. And then basically, another highlight of the show, Glenn let off some balloons, and basically the fucking tower fell.
Right.
What else in that episode did you enjoy? That was it for me.
I was interested in the part with Ron getting the bullets from the closet because.
Oh yeah, there was that one on.
Yeah, because they're kind of teasing what happened in the comics where stuff goes down, which is going to happen tonight. Actually,
is Carl supposed to get miss an eye or something, or
the eye shot? I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to end up doing it, but from spoilers, I don't know much spoilers, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen, but it could, because you know how they like to change it from the comics and don't.
Yeah, they don't do things right with the comics with The Walking Dead. There's a lot of stuff that they do comics to movies, but not this show.
Right. So
you don't think he'll lose his eye?
I could see, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Like, it'd be like, you could kind of, we've been waiting for this, people who have been knowing about it. So if it does happen.
You've been waiting for Carl to lose his eye?
Yeah, but he becomes more badass after losing the eye. And, like, once he comes back, like, he's a really badass character. So, in the comics.
I'm not the biggest Carl fan. I just kind of never really cared for Carl. Not that he's a bad character. It's just one of the characters that it's like that preacher. I can give two shits about him. I think Carl's a little bit more relevant to me than the preacher, but Carl's not a big character. I wouldn't care if they ate Carl, but people like Carl. I think what I heard, with a lot of things that they like to do with The Walking Dead, where they like to make like a comic book scene and have it like look exactly like the scene in the comic. They say that's why Carl is wearing his hat again. Rick's hat. So they want like image from the comic or something. That's what they do with The Walking Dead.
Right.
But yeah, I guess now is tonight the mid-season finale, or is that next week?
No, mid-season tonight.
Oh, so we're gonna see some fireworks tonight. See, I thought it had one more episode.
No.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Last episode, I was a little bummed out. You know, I didn't like it. And then on top of that, where I recorded it with the DVR, fuckers cut my cable here, where they repatched my cable. It fucked with my DVR where it don't record stuff. Sound it don't record sometimes. So it's like a hit or miss. If I record something on DVR, I may get it, and it might freeze, or it might have no sound, or sometimes it may work. You know, it's like half and half. So towards the end of the Walking Dead episode, the last 10 minutes, my fucking thing froze. So I had to go and find it, you know, on the computer, on the internet. And then I finally got to see it, and I was like, damn. You know, I was like, that sucked. You know, because the whole episode, I'm waiting for something to happen. I was like, oh, yeah, it craps out the last 10 minutes right when something might happen. You know, because I was just bored the whole episode. I thought they carried this whole Glenn thing a little too much with the girl, and
right.
I don't know. There's nothing else that really happened, you know. You still didn't see nothing with the dude, the wolf guy that's locked up in the fucking basement. They're just milking that to death. Do you think The Walking Dead milks things, or?
What was that again?
You ever get the feeling with The Walking Dead they kind of milk shit?
Yeah, a lot. Like, but they have to have filler episodes. Like, it starts off really good, and then it has to do that episode where it kind of just fills it up. Because
not so much a filler. I'm just saying, like, you ever get the intentions that they just carry some shit on a little too long? Like when the whole prison thing, was that fucking after a while just annoying? Like they're sick in a prison. I was like, and then the thing I think's funny, they never figured out why it was like airborne at that time. It never was airborne again. Like then they just scrapped that whole thing. Like they put us through fucking episodes and episodes, like almost a whole fucking season of that shit. And I was like, God damn. What's up, Tigerman666? Thanks for watching the show. One White Kong and a Critical Essence Tech USA. Thank you guys. But yeah, like, did you ever get the feeling that they, like, when I'm saying like milk shit, just like carry some shit on a little too long?
Yeah, that's the Beth storyline, is what they milked.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But what's some storylines you would like to see take a little shift somewhere else?
I can think. I want Eugene to actually start, and Rosita and all them to start showing more, but like actually be like have a purpose instead of just being in the background. I want to see them actually fight and, you know, do stuff. So
you want to see Eugene become a man.
Yeah. And Rosita actually.
He's basically a little wimp. Like the girl's like that. I think this episode, the one chick was training people, and she says, "Hey, you know, come on, do something." And he's always like a pussy, and always has like weird answers of why he can't do nothing. It's like he's really intelligent, but you know, it gives him some like answer, like I'm no good for this, blah blah blah. You know, like get these people. You know, I'm good in this area. But when you really look at it, Eugene's good for nothing. You know, sometimes, you know, he's only good for giving certain information sometimes.
Right.
Do you ever think there will be a person that figures out a cure in The Walking Dead or gets onto some kind of cure? Or?
No, I don't think so. I think, well, the zombies have to decay, obviously, but there's new ones coming all the time. So I think one day we'll get to where they eliminate most of their area, but no cure. No cure.
When would you think they'll ever tell us an idea of how this started or why it started? At least give us that. Maybe not a cure, but why it happened?
No, Robert Kirkman said they're not going to do that. Okay. I don't even think he knows how it started.
Okay. Well, yeah, to be it'd probably be like, I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Night of the Living Dead. That was the zombie shit back in the day. That was what ruled zombies. You know, that was your zombie shit back in the day. And basically, it was like from the military, some like biohazard canister barrel got loose, turned the whole town into zombies, and even the people that were dead in the ground. You know, Night of the Living Dead was zombies. Zombies, like one thing about Walking Dead, that kind of revived zombies, because zombies was like a dying like horror element. Like it was just like something like vampires that, you know, vampires are really popular, but zombies were like dead. Like it was like certain genres of movies that aren't popular. You know what I'm saying? Like it just was But now with The Walking Dead, you know, that's brought light to a lot of other things with zombies. I see a lot of zombie movies. You know, look, I enjoy The Walking Dead. There was times when I was watching The Walking Dead where I felt like I was like getting to a point where I was getting a little burnt out on it. But then, like, I would say this season and last season really revived The Walking Dead. It really brought it, you know, back to being really good. I was getting worried with that whole prison shit.
Mhm.
You know, before that whole badass fight at the prison, which is my favorite episode of The Walking Dead, where they fight the governor. That was the shit.
Right.
Before that, the whole sickness and all that, no, that was getting bad. A couple times in The Walking Dead with shit like that happened. All right, well tonight that's season finale. Who do you think's gonna die? Anybody?
For sure.
Oh, mid-season finale. My bad, guys. Mid-season finale.
Deanna. Deanna. I think Jesse will probably die. Rick's new girlfriend, she'll die. Ron. A few other people that are Alexandrians. Whatever. So
They say in the comic, I think I could be wrong. I'm just saying this. I'm not. Haven't read the comics. I just go by what I hear on YouTube and YouTube videos. I watch some of them comic book videos like people do, where they read off the comic and they talk about it, stuff like that. Basically, I heard what happens with Rick's new girlfriend is like her son gets caught by some zombies, and then she goes back to save him, and she gets eaten. Something along the lines of that. I don't know. I could be wrong. I thought that's what I heard. You know, I don't know if that's how it's going to go down because the comics are different from the TV show. But you don't think Daryl possibly could die? They would do that mid-season. They would wait till the end.
No, Daryl's still alive. Like on set and everything. Like he's on set, so he's still around.
When do you think? Well, not trying to stray off from who's going to die this season, the mid-season finale, but when do you think possibly they are going to kill Daryl?
Either this finale, this season 6, like episode 16, or season 7.
So you think they might kill Glenn off and Daryl at the same episode?
Well, there's no saying that Glenn could die episode 16. Like again.
Oh, so you think Glenn's going to outlive Daryl?
Yeah, he could. I mean, they made us think he was dead before, so he could always do that. But yeah, there's a lot of theories going around about that Negan, who they're going to kill. It could be either Morgan or it could be Carol. They could always switch it around with other people as well. So
Negan has to have a badass opening. Like he has to have, he has to come to the show and do something really like crazy, like really something. Basically killing one of the original cast members off. Maybe he might kill 2 of them off. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Carol, what do you think of Carol this whole season? Do you think she's been like hit or miss like me?
I think she's a great character and very complex, but what she's doing with Morgan at the time, like I don't like what they're doing now, that she's like always sneaking up on people, and because she's like basically she's looking at Morgan. She's probably gonna go tattletale and tell Rick and all that, but I don't know. She's a badass character. That whole episode 2 when she was with the wolf costume and everything.
Oh yeah, she knows to get it done. Like what she got to do. She's not no bullshit. Like she's not like she thinks she has the mind frame like Rick. Like she thinks just like him. Like okay, these guys are fucking dead weight. Kill them off. like Carol does not care. She'll kill a fucking human. She don't really give a shit. She'll shoot a kid like if she has to.
Right.
Basically don't give a shit just to survive. And that's how I don't think Rick would go as far. Do you think Rick would go as far as doing like some of the shit Carol's done, like shoot a kid?
No, he wouldn't do that.
No, I don't think he'd go that far. I think Carol's the most like she pretty much has no hard feelings. Like she don't give a shit. Don't hold back. The mid-season finale, so you think they're gonna go? I'm gonna go with I would say in my predictions, I would say Rick's new girlfriend's gonna die and the kid. I don't really think they're gonna kill anybody off like really important this episode. It's gonna be I think one person I say that may die is that woman that ran Alexandria. She may die tonight.
Yeah, Deanna.
Those are my predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I heard Jesus is going to be coming soon. Did you hear about Jesus?
No, I've seen the set photos of Jesus, but I don't know what episode. I don't think it'll be this episode.
No, not this episode. I'm just saying after the mid-season finale.
Oh. Yeah, he's coming. So I hope it's return.
Now, who is Jesus? Is that Negan's right-hand man? I heard the other guy is.
Dwight. Like Jesus has nothing to do with Negan. He's the.
We don't. Okay.
Yeah, Jesus is a good person. I know. He's a badass fighter. Is what I've heard.
Oh, so he's gonna join Rick.
Yeah, he's gonna be a helping hand.
Okay, so I thought Jesus was part of Negan's group. I thought that was their whole thing. Okay, I got that mixed up. I just go by what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting, man. Anything else with this episode that we could talk about? You possibly think, or we cover everything? Because I didn't find it to be. I found it to be one of the worst ones of the season. The only good thing, like I said, they showed, Glenn, what happened with him. But when I saw Glenn alive, I was like, it wasn't really good how they did it.
Yeah, it was not a good idea to even start that. They did like that Jon Snow Game of Thrones type of twist. It didn't work out well for them. I think they know that it didn't work out as planned. But Rick was being a bitch this episode when he was yelling at Tara.
Yeah, he yelled at Tara.
Yeah.
He told Tara, like, what the hell are you doing? Mm-hmm. He's like, you could have got killed, and she gave him the finger. She's like, forget you. Right.
But I don't get why he's so angry this episode alone.
I think they're going a little overboard with Rick. Like, Rick's sister, they have him as a nutcase. Like, he's starting to go a little crazy. Well, he did go a little crazy at times. Where remember when his wife was calling him? And I forgot what season it was, but his wife was calling him on the phone.
Right. I remember.
I don't think Rick sleeps very much. I think Rick hallucinates a lot,
Right.
So that's Rick's problem. You don't get much sleep. Yeah, basically, what if you had to grade this episode? What would you grade it? Oh, well, hold on. We covered who's going to die tonight. So what do you think's going to go down tonight? Let's talk about that. What do you think's going to go down tonight? What's the big old, besides people dying, what's the whole thing?
Okay, so people die, and then I don't think we'll see Daryl. We'll probably see a tease of where Daryl and if they help, if they arrive, but death, that's all that's going to happen tonight. Carl will lose his eye. Ron will die, probably. Jesse will die, or, the deaths. I don't think Morgan and the Wolves, unless Carol will take care of the wolf guy, or Morgan's going to have to either kill the wolf guy, but I think they'll either save that for the next part of the season. So, all this episode I know is just death.
Who is on the radio? Who is on the radio? Did we ever find that out?
See, I think that was Eugene again, where he said help. That's where when they were driving, that's what's happening tonight, where Eugene's going to say help.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just the zombies are going to, bust into the thing. Armored Sentries. He told me what was up with that. I wish he was in here. He's going to join us eventually. One of my subscribers and some guy I do podcasts with. He's a good dude. Mm-hmm. He knew what was up with that whole fence thing, and I'll have to get him in here next week. I can't remember off the top of my head. If you had to grade this from, and shout out to Armored Sentries, who watches the podcast. If you had to grade this episode of Heads Up, Walking Dead, what would you grade it from 1 to 10?
I'd give it a 7. Because I think it was, I give it, in my rating, I give it a B+. But that was when I saw it. But I didn't think it was a bad episode. I mean, it wasn't as bad as the Jesse, the whole episode 3 episodes ago. You remember the Alexandria one where it was just slow and the food and Deanna was going crazy and everything, all that. I think it was a good episode. Like, I thought it was good. It wasn't great, but it wasn't as slow as the other episodes have been.
Well, some of the reports that you had some people reporting that this episode was going to be fucking action packed from beginning to end, and I didn't see that at all. You're a lot more generous than I'm about to be. I'm gonna have to give it a 4, and I'm being serious. I did not like it. It was horrible. The only thing that I didn't like how they implemented the whole thing with Glenn. I thought the whole build up to that was fucking off. I'm being honest. The whole episode, the only thing that I felt was worthy of watching was the end when the tower crashed. Other than that, I mean, the whole thing with Carl and the one dude, he's getting the gun loaded. Yeah, he wants Rick to teach him shooting. That's fine. I like where they're going with that, but that was it. It just wasn't really. I mean, I understand every episode, every season has to have some bad episodes and stuff, but to me, this was a filler episode. They had some key parts like with Glenn, but if it wasn't for the Glenn and the tower falling, what would you have?
Right.
That was basically it. I love The Walking Dead. I wasn't feeling that. Next week I may give the fucking mid-season finale a 10. I mean, I'm just being. I'm always honest. That's one thing I am on my channel. Always honest about everything. I don't bullshit. But basically, next thing I want to talk about, you saw Creed. How was Creed? And I want to talk about something else before we get. Well, it's to do with Creed, but something that really kind of pissed me off. Which I knew it. I knew this is what probably happened. I'm not fucking like you could tell by the trailer. If you're watching the trailer of Creed, you see Rocky in the hospital. Okay, so anybody with half a brain could put 2 and 2 together that Rocky dies in the fucking movie. Okay, but one thing I didn't like, I was watching a show called, I think it was Entertainment Tonight. My mom watches it.
Mm-hmm.
And they told you, like on the episode, fucking Rocky dies and fucking he wants to be with Adrian. Like, why give the fucking key parts of the movie away? At least let me think. Yeah, I saw the trailer, I saw him in the hospital, he probably died, but I don't want to know that for sure. And it's out. I've seen shows where they talked about this, like, so it ain't just me saying it. Sorry, guys, like, I'm not giving anything else the rest of the world ain't saying. That's kind of bullshit that they did that. They don't save nothing for the movies no more. There's no secrets, no nothing. What do you think of Creed? You saw it, you did see it, right?
Yes. I think it was great. It was a great movie. The last thing I gave like that was A status. I
have a question too. Is there anything that could be spoiled with the movie other than Rocky dying? Like, in your opinion, would that be the big spoiler?
Well, again, he didn't die, so it wouldn't be.
He didn't die.
No.
Okay. Well, why'd they say that on TV? I don't get that. That don't make any sense.
No, well, you never saw the movie?
No, I never seen it. I was just talking with you. I wanted you to like kind of talk about it, but don't spoil it. Like, but like what I was trying to say in the beginning, like they said on TV Rocky died because he wanted to be with Adrian. So I was like, wow, they just fucking threw the whole movie in the fuck. I mean, seeing the trailer, I thought that's what happened now, but I guess it isn't. So now that's cool. Like, that's actually surprising.
Yeah.
So give us a rundown of the movie and what you liked about it and didn't like about it.
Well, I thought it was well directed, well written. Michael B. Jordan, who was Adonis Creed in the movie, the Apollo Creed's son, he was fantastic. Of course, he came out in Fantastic Four earlier this year, which was, he was in a hole, but I think he climbed out of that hole already. The last movie that I saw was as good was like Straight Outta Compton, which reminded me of like the directing and everything. So it was perfect, the directing, the writing. Sylvester Stallone is like the comedic type of presence in this movie at times. He's fantastic in here. It's that regular type of movie where he, without spoiling, he's boxing and everything, and he wants to be the best that he can, and Rocky helps him, and he goes at it. He fights an opponent, and he's just trying to make a name for himself without using the Apollo Creed son, like the Creed name.
They say the first fight that happened, the first big fight in the movie, is better than the last fight. Is that true?
No, the last fight was better. Way better.
Okay, see, that's other rumors going around. Like, I don't understand that either.
No, last fight's better.
Okay, all right. So yeah, sorry guys. I was just telling you what I seen on TV. They said he fucking died. They said that because I seen the trailer where they show him in the hospital, and in my mind, I was like, oh, he fucking dies in this one. And they said he wanted to be with Adrian. So I don't know. So luckily, that's not what happened then. Okay. But so you think Rocky? Is it true like they've been saying that this is one of his best performances in years?
Yeah, he's fantastic in here. Very emotional in here as well. So Sylvester Stallone is awesome in here.
Do you think there'll be another Apollo? I'm calling him Apollo. That's his name. Do you think there'll be another Creed movie?
Yeah, I don't know how much money it made at the box office. I'm pretty sure it made high money. So I think they'll make another one for sure.
Oh yeah, I think this did very well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it did very very well. But you do think there'll be did they set it up for a sequel?
Yeah, I will. Just like how Rocky is, where you could just face other opponents, so they could do that. I'd like to see another sequel to this, or another movie.
Okay. Anything else you could? I guess it says box office. Creed goes for the distance for a strong 42.6 million.
That's great.
Creed is the winner of the box office. I don't know. That's what I'm reading right here. Creed comes through like a champ, so I guess it did very well. Yeah, I had a feeling. I mean, everybody loves Rocky. Now, the last Rocky movie, that was fucking dog shit. Like, that was horrible. I have a lot of friends that didn't like Rocky 5 with Tommy Gunn. That was one of my favorite ones. I like that. I just always liked the scenes from the movie where he's like, where Rocky, gets knocked down and he goes, "I didn't hear no bell." I like when he says shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, one more round, Tommy. One more round, and then he goes and fights him. And I like how they did a street fight. I like that. I like that it wasn't a big boxing match at the end. It was just a fucking street fight. And we got to see Rocky fight, in the street. It's kind of cool.
Right.
I do think, in my opinion, though, they've told this story so many times. This gets to a point where you can only tell a story of Rocky so many times. But if it is truly as good as they say, maybe there will be another one. See, I always forget, too. I'm 31 years old. So I always forget a new generation comes in, and they didn't see all what I seen growing up.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of kids nowadays, they didn't watch the old Rocky movies. They don't even know who. Some people don't even know who fucking Rocky is. That's it's crazy for me to even hear that, but it is true. Mm-hmm. If you had to grade this, did they have Paulie in this movie, or did Paulie die in the last one, or was Paulie in this one, or no?
No, he wasn't in this one. He passed.
I don't.
He's pretty dead.
I don't remember if he died in the last one or if he. I know he was still there. Did Paulie die? Somebody died in the last one. The movie is so bad I can barely remember it. I'd seen it in theaters actually, and I remember Adrian was dead. Paulie was like a bad drunk. He was worse than ever. Rocky lost the fight at the end or some shit. He didn't even win, or he tied or some shit. I don't know. It was bad. And it was unbelievable because he was fighting a younger guy and he's old as shit now, So at least they didn't do that thing. At least they went the whole Creed route. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. You got to rate this movie from a 1 to a 10?
9.
Oh, a 9? Okay, that's cool. Any other movies you've seen over the weekend or anything else?
Yeah, I saw 2 movies. If I could see. Yeah, I saw 2 movies. I don't remember. I saw The Secret in Their Eyes with Julia Roberts, which was a drama.
Was that any good?
It was like, I can't even remember. It's a 7 out of a 10. It was okay. It was an okay movie. It's not like somebody had to go see in theaters. It's more of a rental.
That was the new Julia Roberts movies. I heard, and it looked like a good movie. That was the sad part.
Yeah, it looked great. That's why I went to go see the trailers. Made me want to go see it, but the twist and everything was just horrible.
Now you go to your theater. You have a theater near you. It's like a $5 theater or something.
Yeah. Oh no, I see it in the morning for $5, like tickets.
Oh, okay, that ain't bad.
Yeah, usually $8, but it's $5.
Okay.
And then I saw Victor Frankenstein.
Oh, okay. Tell us about that. What did you think about it?
I didn't like it, honestly. Like, it had good moments, like I still haven't made a review for it, and I saw it Wednesday, but I just didn't like it at all. Like there are parts where it was good. I mean, James McAvoy and Daniel Radcliffe are awesome. They're like great in the movie. The Frankenstein monster itself is scary, and but the last 15, 20 minutes of the movie is what the whole movie should have been. Like the whole feeling that I had. It had more of a like it wanted to be comedic, and then it went back to the seriousness, and then it went back to comedy, and then tried to be a drama, and it went to different type of genres throughout the whole movie. It just didn't work for me.
Okay. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe, if I'm saying his last name right, the Harry Potter. He's only had one good movie that he's made after Harry Potter, and it's called a movie called Horns. If you ever seen that,
I've heard of it.
oh man, you got to see that. You'll love that movie if you want to laugh. It's even funny too. Like what it's about, it's a really good love story mixed with a funny movie. Like it's like he trying to do this without spoiling. Probably I spoiled shit anyways on this thing, but I don't want to do it if you didn't see it. Right. Which is contradicting myself because a lot of people didn't see Creed, so I'm gonna try not to spoil it. Basically, Horns is about a kid that gets framed for his girlfriend's murder, and the whole movie you're trying to figure out if he killed her and who killed her, and they mix it with a lot of like funny elements. Like he starts getting these horns, and basically he gets the powers of people have to tell him the truth. And he goes around, he's like in a doctor's office, and he's like sitting there trying to get his horns cut off. And basically this like little kid's like going nuts, like fucking flipping out in the doctor's office, and then the mom's like trying to like calm her down. But when whoever's around him and shit's going on, they have to tell the truth to each other. And she's like I just want to fucking leave you here and never come back. like she's saying stuff like that, and then she admits like if he touches people, he can see what they've done, and she basically like leaves. And the reason why the kid's acting up so bad is because the mother leaves her all the time and doesn't pay attention to her, and pretty much goes and screws her like tennis coach, and it's a big black guy in it. And it's hilarious. Like the movie's really funny, but it was one of the best movies I've ever seen him in, other than the whole Harry Potter thing. But other than that, he can't catch a break. Like, have you seen him in it? The Woman in Black I thought was awful. Like,
no, I've never seen that.
Oh man, don't even bother. I don't know. I think I attempted to watch the second one, but I Harry Potter wasn't in that one. But I basically couldn't even get past that one. And that's what I was like, what was that movie? I think it was called Crimson Peak.
Crimson Peak, yeah.
I had got the Woman in Black feel from that movie, so that's why I avoided that movie. Was that a good movie, Crimson Peak, or?
It was okay. Okay.
It's passable.
Yeah.
But it gave me the Woman in Black feel. Like that's why I was like, Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe or whatever his name is, he can't catch a break. I don't think they're giving him the right roles. I don't think it's the guy has a problem acting. I just think he need like the role. If you see the movie Horn, you're gonna be like, damn, he's good in this movie. This is the type of movie he needs. I don't think he's getting the right roles.
Right.
But definitely I recommend Horns to anybody. I think it came out last year, if I remember correctly. It was 2013 or 14, called Horns. Definitely recommend it to anybody. I would give that movie, basically, if I had to score it, about a 9. It was really good.
Nice.
I think it's a really good movie.
I'm not sure.
Anything else you want to talk about? We're not going to be doing. You have to go at 8 too, right?
Yeah, but I still have an hour. So.
Oh, is it? What time is it?
6.
Oh, it's Oh, you have to go at 8, right? Okay, your time difference from me. So I have to do a podcast about 5 minutes. I was going to cut it short tonight. We just cover The Walking Dead, Jessica Jones, and Creed. If you have anything else you want to go on about, we have another 10 minutes. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or?
Just the movies for December.
Okay, what's going on with December?
First next week is Krampus, that horror movie. With
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a good twist on a Christmas movie. It's a horror movie too. They made it look like a comedy in the beginning of the trailer, and then it turns dark.
right. Well, I don't know the genre. I think it should be both, maybe.
Oh, you think it's gonna have a little mix of a comedy and horror in it?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. With the
Well,
actors.
it's got two actors in it that are like always usually in funny movies.
Yeah, Adam Scott and David Koechner. Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, so that's it for next week. But I think it's gonna have the both comedy and horror for sure. In 2 weeks is the Chris Hemsworth movie, the Moby Dick.
Oh yeah, that came out. Well, we didn't get to talk about that. That came out of nowhere. They just started showing trailers for it. I didn't even hear nothing about it, and it looks really good. I'm gonna go see that for sure.
Yeah, it looks. The trailers were awesome with the music. Have you seen an IMAX trailer? It's amazing.
Yeah, see, if they're gonna do Moby Dick, I don't know why they don't just do Jaws. Do you think they're gonna do a Jaws remake anytime soon?
No, I don't. Well, it's not necessary to do it, but with today's technology and everything, it could. We got Sharknado, so that's the
Hey, Sharknado!
you
No,
get.
but I'm saying, like, when you said it's not necessary to do that, I do agree. But at the same time, how many movies have they done that's not necessary?
A lot, yeah, a lot of
Like,
reboots.
I mean, they've remade a lot of movies, man, that I would never thought they remade a lot of movies I never thought they would even give the time of day again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, did you see the Point Break trailer?
Oh, the Point Break, yeah. I thought it was okay. It's not.
I mean, but if you look at the old Point Break, which in that movie, in my opinion, I know Keanu Reeves ain't the greatest actor or anything. But that movie was for its time. It had, Patrick Swayze. That movie's like a classic to me. And this new one that they're going with, it doesn't even touch it. Like it's a whole different thing. It's just they're using their names, like Odie. Like I can see them calling the same characters, but it's like they up the stakes. But it's still not. One thing about that's just like a classic. Like you can just how the movie, it's like that goofy type 80s movie, how they say things like catchphrases. It's just I don't think they'll be able to top that. I loved that was one of my favorite movies back in the day, Point Break.
Mm-hmm.
What's another one that's coming?
Well, that's like the second week in December. I have it right here. After that, the third one's Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
What do you think? What do you think that will? Do you think that's going to do very well, or?
Oh, it's gonna be. Oh, the box office is gonna be nuts. Yeah, because they already made $50 million right now. Already
On pre-sales?
pre-sales, yeah. So it's gonna be. I already got my tickets. I was lucky enough to get the first showing tickets for IMAX at 7. So I can't wait for that. I think it's gonna be fantastic. And I'm not a big Star Wars. I love Star Wars, but I'm more Star Trek type of person.
Oh, okay.
But for sure, I think it's going to be awesome. And
Are you still enjoying? Now, are you still? I know this is off movie topics, but are you still enjoying the Battlefront game, Star Wars Battlefront, or?
I haven't played it in a while. I played it yesterday. I played Walker Assault with a group of people who weren't really like talking to me, but I was just in the party anyway. And it's more fun to play with people than just playing alone. I guess it's.
Yeah, they messed up with the voice chat. They didn't add voice chat in that. You have to do party chat.
Yeah, party. That's where we were at. But
yeah,
I played the Heroes versus Villains for the first time yesterday. That was really awesome. I like that.
See, I like it. What I like about it is I can get on Battlefront and I can get some fucking kills.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of other first-person shooters, you can't do that unless you're fucking playing all the time. Like, you'll get just demolished. Like, Star Wars, it's actually a game you can jump on and actually play. And I've always liked the Star Wars games. I've never been big fans of the movies too much. Like, I like the other movies that they had out, the latest Star Wars movies, the whole, there's like 3 of them, the episodes that they released, those were okay, but the ones before that I was never real big into.
So you don't like the Harrison Ford ones?
No, I understand why people like them. I get that's cool. I mean, I just could never. I never got in Star Trek. I hate even worse. You know, I can't get into. I didn't see the new Star Trek movie, but basically because I never liked Star Trek.
Right.
I'm a big fan of old stuff. I love old stuff, but that's just stuff I can't get into, and I can understand why people like it. I can't get into it.
Right.
What else was another one?
Alvin and the Chipmunks, the new one.
What's your thoughts on that? Are you looking forward to Alvin and the Chipmunks?
I'll watch it just to like $5. No, I don't know. I want to see it just to because when I was younger, Alvin and the Chipmunks came out, like the first one and everything. Is
that a movie? It's not gonna be a cartoon. It's gonna be like a life, like cartoon and a real time movie. Is that what?
The live action.
Okay, well I can deal with that.
But it's the fourth one already.
Okay.
So, but it comes out the same day as Star Wars, so it's suicide basically.
It doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah. All the kids are gonna go be seeing Star Wars instead of that. After that is the Big Short. Have you seen that trailer?
No, I didn't get to see that one yet. Oh, another thing that now that I think about it, we'll finish this, and one more thing I'll add on to this. I'll just have to be a little late to Poppy's podcast. Well, what is this one about?
It's with Brad Pitt, Steve Carell, from Anchorman.
I didn't get to see this one yet.
Yeah, Christian Bell. Christian Bell's in there. It's like the whole Wall Street thing where I can't really explain it. It's like economics and everything. And
okay, might have to check that one out. I didn't see the trailer on that yet.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, there's like 6 movies coming out on Christmas Day that are all good. So yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to see that Tom Hanks movie that was Steven Spielberg that came out? Did you know what I'm talking about?
The Green Mile?
No. It was the one that Tom Hanks. It was like
Bridge of Spies.
Like he was a spy or some shit.
Bridge of Spies, yeah. Wrong person.
Did you see that or no?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. I was just checking. So that's the winter line. That's the December lineup. That ain't too bad. What does it show? What's on there with DVD?
What's new on DVD?
Like that? Does it show what's coming to DVD that month too?
Yeah, it is.
Anything big that's coming out next month on DVD? It's Ant-Man, probably, right?
No, Ant-Man, Fantastic Four. Let me see. Nothing the first week. Minions is coming in 2 weeks. Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves.
I like that. I thought it was pretty good. For what it was, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I still got to see it. I want to see that. The Transporter movie, Refueled. Hannibal Season 3 in 2 weeks coming out.
Okay, Hannibal was good.
Ted 2, Mission Impossible 5.
Ted 2 was a bomb. Ted 2 was a bomb.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Oh, it was awful. It was bad.
Yeah, not that good.
Did you like it or no?
No, it's very forgettable.
Huh? Forgettable?
Hello, come on. I'll take out stuff.
Hold on. Here it is. Here, Bella, go. Yeah, basically that was that. So December, some good Ant-Man I would recommend to anybody. That was a good movie. We talked about that in the last podcast. Basically, last thing I want to talk about, Winter Soldier. That's the new Iron Man movie.
The Civil War, you mean?
I mean Civil War, my bad. Civil War. What do you think about that trailer?
I thought it was great. I had my reaction on it on my channel. I love Marvel, of course, but I thought it was just we didn't get to see what's his face, Spider-Man. We didn't get to see him or Ant-Man.
Oh, is Spider-Man gonna be in this?
Yeah, Spider-Man's showing up in this one.
Oh wow, this is gonna be an awesome movie. And who else is in there with them?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's gonna be in there too?
Ant-Man's in there, yeah.
So whose side is Spider-Man on?
We don't know yet. I think it's Iron Man side, if he's going to be on a side, it'll be Iron Man.
And who's Ant-Man's on side? Who's he gonna be rolling with?
I think Captain America.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on
It
Captain
looked,
America. So.
it looked awesome. I have to say that trailer. I like the part where they're fighting Iron Man, Captain America, and the other dude. That was cool.
Right. Yeah, that's the money shot right there.
What did he do that they're not happy with?
That's what in the beginning of the trailer they're showing that they have like a cord or something where the government is like, no, it's hard to explain, but the government is like wanting like Captain America. They see him as a vigilante, like nobody needs him anymore, really. Like he's just doing stuff to help people out, but no one's asking for his help. So Iron Man's gonna be with the government, and like Captain America is gonna go against the government. And, yeah. But I think, it's kind of predictable in a way where they'll probably like make up at the end, and Avengers, the next one, they'll be together. So it's just for this movie only. But Black Panther, you saw him in the trailer, right? Though.
Yeah, I seen that. I'm not familiar with the Black Panther though. I'd never seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
So he's new to me. So I'm definitely seeing this one. I don't know if I'll be seeing it in the theater, but I'm gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Right.
Looks really good. But yeah, if we have anything else to add, we're gonna wrap it up, I guess.
Well, tomorrow is the new Batman v Superman trailer, just for anyone.
Oh, there's a new one coming for Batman and Superman.
Yeah. So.
There's Joker. Who's in it? So Lex Luthor's in that.
Mm-hmm.
Batman, Superman. Anybody else?
Wonder Woman is in
Wonder
it.
Woman.
And that's it. I know. Alfred, usual.
Alfred. Yeah, I like in the new Batman Arkham Knight game, they added the new Batmobile, I think, you can use. They have the one from the Batman Superman movie. I don't know if it's out yet or it's going to come out. That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the new Batmobile.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I always like the new Batmobiles. But yeah, thanks, Daniel Rodriguez, for doing another podcast with me. I appreciate it. We'll be back next week. And thank you all for watching, as always.